What's up, everybody? Welcome to the video. Not really sure how many viewers I got going on, but if you're new here, my name is Matthew Stratton, and recently I've been covering the MPC live. So in this video, it's actually a pretty cool video. I got the Akai Professional MPC Live 2.3 update, and this time around, Akai's actually put everything that's new. So you can access all this information. I'm doing this on my iPad, so I didn't have the ability to put it in the description. But when I'm done with this, I'll put the link in the description so you can actually, see this entire list of updates it has. But if you look here, I have my USB here. So what I'm going to do is go to the menu here. Then I want to come over to the settings here. I want to push Shift, tap Update, and it says, are you sure you want to upgrade or what have you? So I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade it. No, I don't want to save. And I'm going to let this thing update. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to refresh my browser here. See if anybody's up in here. All right. Updating. Cool. So what's up, everybody? Hope everything's going well. But anyhow, so this is a huge update. You got some new features here, including, this is the biggest one, I think. We can now do plugins in standalone. So we get like a bassline synth, we get an electric synth, and we get the tube synth. All right. So yeah, I watched the little 11-minute video Akai Professional put out, and I was like, wow, I got to get on this thing. And it's got a bunch of other features, right? We got the auto sampler, so we can actually take our plugins and sample our plugins and be able to put those on our, make a key group program out of it automatically. And you can also do this with your, from what I understand, is you can do this with your external gear as well. Absolutely amazing. That's actually really, really cool. All right, we got crossfade looping, which is pretty cool, right? And then we got the arpeggiator. So I did a video about the arpeggiator and in a previous video, and basically I used the external gear to arpeggiate, but now we have that option internally, which is huge too. You know what I'm saying? What's up? YLR, what's up? All right. Hope Paris as well. All right. And then we got, a bunch of, stuff in the arpeggiator. Then, other different things, right? We got split events, mode selection, shortcuts, XY effects. All right. Actually, that's cool. We got new XY algorithms. We got what, tape stop, which actually sounds really cool, right? Screen went blank. I don't know what we're doing here. Hopefully it's updating. It doesn't say updating. Should I try to turn it back on? This is the issue of going live, right? What's up, Pedro? I'm just going to try to turn it on. I don't know if I should have. We'll see. But yeah, Arc Spark of Love. Yes, new update just came out today. And, I just learned about it. So that's why I'm trying to just straight up update it and trying to get it to you straight and direct. Let's see. Let's do empty project. Let me test the, see what firmware we got. 2.1, yeah, so it didn't work. But I'm trying to do it through the USB, so let's try to do it again. This time I'll try to pay more attention. But yeah, and there's a bunch of stability issues. I'm plugged in, right? Yeah, I'm plugged in. All right, so and it actually, Akai actually tells you what the updates are, which is pretty cool. So updating, I gotta watch you now. You know, we got some audio edit stability. We got some installer stability. We got some looper updates, MIDI control mode, MIDI learn, and then it also says there's some improvements in the MIDI sync. So the it says it no longer crashes when receiving input after extended period of time. So that's a good thing. Updating. It says updating, so we'll see. The TUI main mode panel for audio track now contains its mini output meter. I don't think it's going to work on the... Oh, wait. Spoke too soon. All right, let's see what it does. The effects should look better. All right, let's get into this. Let me see something. I just, you know, instead of just doing that, I want to see something. 3 successfully updated. All right. Now you can see we got this new screen here with the effects. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to read the comments as I go too. Yeah, this is a real update, man. That last one, I didn't even install the last 2 like firmware upgrades, because there was nothing I needed in them. But this is a real update, right? Look at this. Let's see. You know, boom. That's pretty cool. So let me go back to the main and hide this. So look right there. I got a little plugin. Let me touch that. Plugin 01. All right, here we go, man. Look at this. Air music technology baseline. Let's open up this baseline. All right. That is, and there's presets. Look at these presets. Got the default. Let's pick a preset. Basic. Let's go with like open saw right there. Now I'm wondering, yes, they have a synth now. They have 3 new synths. It's like an electric piano synth, bassline synth, and another, I think, a poly synth. So yeah, so let's see if I can see, how do you edit? Like if I wanted to edit this stuff, let's try this. Oh, come back. The preset. Now, this is the first time I'm coming into this, so I really don't know how to get into the edit settings here. But that's the baseline. Here, let me actually do a new track. We'll come out with another plugin. Let's do another plugin. All right, plugin 2. Let's plug in electric. Ooh. And we got presets for the plugins as well. Now I want to see, where is the actual plugin though? All right, what up? Yeah, yes. All right. Maybe if I go edit on that. Let's see. Now I should probably have done a little bit more research before going live with this, huh? So got a plugin, got baseline. How in the world do I go to edit this bad boy? Maybe program edit. Oh yeah, program edit. So here it is. Here's the baseline sync. This is cool. All right. Now can I? Yes, I can. Look at this. You know what? Let me go ahead and spark up a new sequence here. Let me go ahead and put a drum program in here, load up a drum program. Let's see if we can get a little creative at the same time while exploring this, okay? So you go to my browser, load up a kit, load up something. Load up this kit right here, you know. And let's see. All right. Oop. Come back to the kit, then I'll come over, I'll add a plugin there. I'll put the bass line right there. All right. Come up with a different preset. All right, so for those of you, say I got 14 people watching now. So the MPC Live 2.3 update is a firmware update for the hardware, and it's also an update for the software. But I'm focusing on my MPC Live right now because I'm a big fan of the standalone units here, and they're really, Kai's really making it like a full machine with this update because now we have synthesizers within the standalone unit. Okay. And you know, there's a whole list of features, but I really just want to check out this synthesizer. So there's 3 synthesizers. So this is the bass plugin. All right, so I'll put the bass on that one. Let me add a new plugin on this one. I'll put electric on this track, and then on the 4 track, I'll put the tube soft, right? All right, select that one. Now, if you look here, if I go to my menu, program edit, we have a full synth right there. So I can adjust all the parameters. So not only have they included the presets, but you can actually do your own custom. You know what I'm saying? And apparently, you know what I'm saying, you can change shape of your oscillator. All right, apparently it's dual oscillator here. Change your octave. Oh yeah. Yes, dude, this is cool. All right, so you know, it looks like there's 2 oscillators. You get your mixer, you got your low pass filter. Let's see what that's about for a second. Turn off the resonance. Totally cool. Look, there's a little drive. I wonder what this drive does. Dude, that is cool, man. Let's just scroll through these little areas. So you got your filter envelope, you got your amp envelope, you got envelope 3 here. Okay, what we got? I'll have to explore that in a minute here. And then we got your LFO. Looks like 2 LFOs here. And let's see, setup. Okay, so there's other different settings. There's supposed to be, I think, effects too. Yeah, we got chorus. So we can add some chorus on there. Looks like delay. Some delay right there. All right, straightforward. And what is this? Reverb, compressor, hype. This. So anyway, that's kind of what you got for your tube synth there. Let's go back and see what this other one's about. Electric. Excuse me. Program edit on that. All right, so this is more supposed to be like a piano, electric piano, I suppose. Let's see. Yeah, this is a great update. Bionic. Yeah. Will they add more synths? Hopefully, you know. I mean, but this is a good start, man. They added 3 at once, and then, you know, you get a piano, a bass, and then I think it's a poly synth out, and you know, you got these. This is a good start. So, but yeah, you know, let's see. All right, so there's a few things in here. Well, we got. Few things. You got your envelope. We got this little section here. It looks like, not really sure what's going on with that. You got your pickup, electromag, bell, tremolo, chorus. Okay. Your bell noise. Okay, so you can affect the bell here, your noise here. You go into your setup, so I can have 16 voices, which is cool. All right, so if I actually had, you know, I guess I can hit off the pad. 16 voices. You know, looks like a volume right there, velocity level, tone, attack. All right, and we got our tremolo. Nice. Turn the rate down. All right, you got the tremolo. Looks like there's a tube drive here. Turn that up, maybe. I think you have to turn it on. There we go. All right, that's pretty cool. We got a tube drive, chorus. All right, got some delay. Turn the right knob there. Where's my charger? I think I'm still plugged in. I think we're good. All right. Hope you could see what's going on here. I got my iPad up there. I don't know how well it's focusing. I'm sorry. Tell the truth, Matt. It has a good amount of sounds. All right, let's see what all the presets are in a second here. And then we got the spring reverb. So let's go back. All right, so, I don't know. All right, so let's go to a different preset, right? So here's the electric presets. I don't know how many is that, 15, something like that. All right, arpeggiator, I saw something about that. So if I push note repeat here, here's arpeggiator, okay? So I'll enable it. Got the arpeggiator, time divisions. All right, and a bunch of settings here, all right? So latch, got latch, ARP. What other actions do we have? We got ARP, note repeat, rhythm, pattern. Keep it on ARP for a second. We got time division, both links. Velocity played as, swing, art mode up, octaves, variation normal, you know, sustain pedal latches. I don't really have sustain pedal, so I don't think that's going to affect me. Latch mode reset. All right, so art mode up. All right, let's put 2 octaves. There we go. All right, so there's the arpeggiator. Let me latch it. All right, got the time divisions. Kick that up to triplets, 16ths. Let's look at some of these other options though. Let's see. Got note repeat. That's supposed to be like a standard note repeat. And you got rhythm. All right, so it's kind of playing the chord, but in a certain rhythm. It's a jaunty rhythm, skipping rhythm, not 4 times. Pop riff. Sparse. Play once. All right, let's go back to jaunty. Anywho, let's see. Go back to the pattern. Let's see what pattern is. Oh. All right, let's play a little pattern. All right. Sorry, just checking the comments, seeing what, if you guys want to see something, maybe I can see. I have to kind of look over to see where the comments are, but let me know. All right, so this is the pattern. Let's see if we can get a different pattern here. So we got bass patterns. See if we got like a chord pattern. Chord rhythm. Melodic leads. All right, so this is probably not the best. There we go. Melodic techno. Anyway, this is the arpeggiator. So if you push your note repeat button, you get a little arp right there on the F6. Okay, and that takes you into the arpeggiator. All right, so that's the arpeggiator. So that's the piano plugin. Let's go back to the bass line because I didn't really see the program edit there. Let's go to program edit, bass line. All right, you got your oscillator. I hear like a delay on it, so it's the delay right there. All right, so your oscillator, filter, and envelope are right here. All right, let's. Now this has some sounds on it too. All right, look at this. Look at all these presets. All right, so we got presets for the bass line, and then you have like these categories, tons of categories. We got preview, thump, thwack, sub, basic, perk, organ, reso, slow, detune, fuzz, drive, squeal, throw, effects, and knit patch. Okay, so let's go into, what do you want to go into? I'm going to go into sub. All right, simple sine. Yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely be using that one. Punchy sine, sine stack, driven sine. So yeah, there's a decent amount of presets. So let me focus my ADD for a minute here. Program edit, oscillator. Okay, let's see what this filter sounds like. Now, I like that. All right, so I have my Q links. So if I touch an area, it puts my Q links on that new area that I touch. So I don't have to push the Q link button down and then select it or go like this and tap it until I get there. I could get there, boom, automatic like that. That's cool. Just messing with the cutoff filter here. Got the envelope, filter envelope, pretty much all the way up right there. Yes, I like that. All right. Anyway, so then we got the, let's see, it's like velocity, master, chorus. So a velocity section, a master section, a chorus section. We have delay. So looks like you could affect the timing, you could sync it, you have the mix, you have your feedback amp, reso frequency, and your ratio. All right, and there's some compressor, and there's this hype little area over here as well. All right. Q-links will also zoom in on grid view. Let's try some things. Let me try some things. All right, let's go. I'm trying to zoom in on grid view. Trying to see what you're talking about here. Current track length, time correct. We've got some scroll. Zoom, here we go. Oh yeah, that's nice. So using this Q-link here, I'm able to zoom in. And scroll. That is definitely welcome. Rather than trying to like pinch and zoom, that's a pain in the butt sometimes. Oh yeah. All right, so let's try something. I want to bring this down to 2 bars. I'm not trying to get too crazy. All right, I'm going to draw some things in. Just to see if we can get some use out of these features here. Maybe even 1 bar, just you can keep it really ridiculously simple for the moment. All right. Here. All right, so I got a little drum kit, okay? So I'm gonna come over to my track. I got my bass line on this track, I think. Let's see, bass line. It was like a little glitch right there. These lights were still lit up, but there was nothing going on. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna double up the sequence a couple times. All right, this way, whenever I start playing with the arpeggiator, it'll give us a little room to expand that arpeggiator. You know what? Let's see. You know, just play something. Let's see. So this is the baseline plugin. I'm actually using a plugin on the MPC Live. Okay, this is the baseline. This is the driven sine preset. All right, here we go. So if you look in here, this is the actual plugin. You know what I'm saying? It's got the filter. All right, so that's the bass line. Let's come back over here. This is the synth. Yeah, that sounds cool. That is gnarly, dude. That is, I can't even believe how cool this is. Okay, so if you come over here, go to the program. Now this is the tube synth. All right, and I actually loaded up Metallic Dyno preset. Okay, so I'm just gonna add that in there. It looks like everything's being able to be inputted like normal. Okay. You know, we come back over here. This is the presets here. Let's just pick a different one. Zinger. This way we can get an idea of what these synths sound like, and so far I'm digging it. Bright Triller. Simple sync. Smooth metal. Anyway, I'm just trying to get an idea what some of these presets sound like. So far, I'm digging it. And you know, I don't know, I can't hear what it sounds like through the stream. So I'm just going off my headphones. So I don't know if anything's loud, or sometimes I have the tendency to not be able to hear the lower frequencies. So anyway, obviously everybody would like to see sidechain. Okay, just putting it out there. Everybody and their I mean, I don't know anybody who wouldn't want to see sidechain. So that's an update that obviously needs to get in there. But I'm not trying to dwell on the fact that that's not in this update, because this update's huge. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. All right. All right. So if there's anything you guys want to see or hear or whatever, just let me know, and I'll try to get to it. Did they put them into the key groups? I don't know. I didn't read the entire thing, to be honest. You can always go in there and see. So let's do this. Just loading a random key group. All right. Did they add it? Anybody know right off the bat? I mean, I could click through. I don't see it. I mean, I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking for it, but if they did add it, it's not like in my face right now. So. So that's pretty cool. Let me mess with this. Take this back. So let me mess with this right here for a second. Let me try something. Let me just try something here for a second. Anyway, I'm just messing around. All right, what else was there? Grooves, like in Korg Electrode. All right, so let's look at this for a second. Now, somebody was asking me some things about the audio tracks. And because it says here, where am I looking? Okay, so samples created with Looper now reflect the bit depth setting and preferences. Pad mixer. I mean, there's a lot of bug fixes in here, so this is pretty cool. And actually, that's what I want to look at. I want to look at the, let's see what I can get here. I'm going to come back to all right, so I want to come to this XY real fast. Put that on the program. Setup. Now, I think there's supposed to be some more XY effects. So we got tape stop. All right, so this is a new effect. That's actually cool. Let's see what that sounds like on the drums real fast. Oh wait, let me get to it. I forgot. Hold up. So it's like a quick, it stops at quick up here. I think it's slower down here. That's cool. That's a cool effect. Way cool. All right, what's this? Ring mod. We got wave folder. Some kind of distortion. I'm not really sure what that's doing. So yeah, I mean, I think the tape stuff is pretty cool. That is freaking awesome. All right, all right, all right. Let's see what else they added here. The program added Q-Link zoom scroll, so I'm sure that's going to work just like the zoom and scroll on the other areas where you can zoom and scroll with the Q-Links. What else we got? Reloaded MIDI programs now have correct parameter labels. Q-Links. Plugin parameters can now be learned to the Q-Links when activating Q-Link Learn from Q-Link Edit. All right, Q-Link parameters bound are now set correctly when switching between plugins and effect edit, saving and loading. XY effect inserts no longer revert back to default presets when loading a project. Note repeat no longer triggers MIDI events after using external MIDI in audio mode. It's a bunch of little edits, little performance updates here, man. Dig in it. Now I will put this link. There's actually a link. I wasn't able to put it on because of this. So all right. So somebody keeps asking about the portamento to key groups, and I don't think they did add it because I just went in there. I didn't see it like right off the bat, but it looks like in this particular synth, tube synth, there is a polyphonic glide portamento for polyphonic pitch slides between chords, so that you might be able to mess with that, you know. But I don't think they added it on the other on the key groups. But see, I'm gonna have to go through and like actually learn this stuff, you know. But let's see what else. So that sampler is big too, man. That's gonna be able to, you know, get you to record some stuff. This is a hardware and a software update. The update that I'm working with is MPC Live standalone now. Because this is huge, because we have 3 new software synthesizers in standalone. But there is actually, it's a 2.3 software, 2.3 firmware update. And like, obviously you could already do plugins on your in your software, but there's some stuff that they added, like for example, the auto sampler, where you can automatically sample like your software. So you got a plugin you want to sample, you can sample it and it makes a key group out of it. And you can automatically sample, I believe, your hardware. It says capture and convert any plugin preset or external instrument preset into a key group program. All right, so from the desktop software, go to Tools, Auto Sampler, from TUI Sampler. Okay, from the TUI, go to Sampler Mode, Auto Sampler icon in the toolbar. The Auto Sampler pop-up is set to drive the current track. To capture output plugin instrument, simply make this current track before opening Auto Sampler. So that's pretty cool. And it can sample up to 4 velocity layers. You configure the note stride and length tail. Dude, that's fire. So you can sample velocity layers. But I think that's more of a, I think you have to get in the the software to access that. And we got crossfade looping. We got the arpeggiator, which is huge. It's the arpeggiator, which is right here. If I come back over here, if I push note repeat and then arp, brings me to the arpeggiator. If I enable it, got the arpeggiator. And it's kind of like they got melodic pattern presets for the arpeggiator. That's what these are. All right, and you got chords. All right, this is the arpeggiator chord rhythm 3. All right, and that's time division. You can set your time division as like quarter. Using CPU. Let's see. Let's keep this latched. I want to try it. So I got this latched. I'm gonna hit play on here. Obviously, it's gonna sound like a big turd. I just want to see. My CPU is at 28%. All right, my memory, a little over a third of the way. You can see my memories here. CPU is at 29%, and I got my arpeggiator going. I had my arpeggiator going. 1 drum program, and actually 2 synths actually playing, and 3 synths loaded up. Actually, that was 3 synths playing, and it was at 29%. When it's resting, I'm at 9%. So the arpeggiator, I say we're at 29%. CPU, 28%. So definitely takes resources. But I think you could load up a decent amount before you overload it. But yeah, this thing is cool, man. What else is new? What do you guys want to see? We get the crossfade looping. Auto sampler arpeggiator. Now, also, let's try to put effects. Oh, we still got that arpeggiator on. Let's go ahead, unlatch that bad boy, get out of there. All right, so let me try something. So I actually have a decent amount. I have 5 tracks loaded with synth, 4 synths and 1 drum program. So if I come over to like a new program here, and they have effects, like some of these presets looks like they have effects because I didn't load the flanger or the delay. Oh wait, that's the key group. Okay, so I have a key group. All right, so let's try this. Go back to plugin. I want to use New plugin program, maybe if it lets me. So I think it's only giving me five programs. So I think I only get 5 instances of the plugins because it's not letting me add any more. Oh wait, 6. No, I don't know why I did that. 6. So let's try it. Let's add tube synth and now that already has. Let's go ahead and pick a synth static super saw. Now I just want to add some effects to it and see how well these effects actually show up in here. Now this is another update feature, so we have the actual effects in here. We can actually see what's going on. So we got the dial there. See what I'm saying? This is a little example of the arpeggiator, the new effects that we got. We got that new visual on the effects, which is helpful. Not essential, but definitely helpful. Yeah, I think I've been streaming about 53 minutes now, so I'll probably get out of here in a couple minutes unless you have more questions about the new update, because I need to get in here myself and just explore it more, you know, read more about it. I don't know if they updated the manual yet. But I'll have to look into it. The arpeggiator. So after you update your MPC Live, the arpeggiator is actually part of the note repeat function now. So if you push the note repeat, you can't really see it on here. I'm pushing note repeat right there. So if I push note repeat, it gives me the screen. And the very last F key, F6 over here, I'm calling it F6, even though there's no physical buttons. But F6, ARP. So if you push ARP, brings up the arpeggiator window here. Or, you know, and it actually does have quite a bit of options for the arpeggiator right there. And yeah, sorry, just trying to look at the comments, see if there's anything else you have questions on now. Is there a way to copy or move your mix downs from one drive to another? I mean, I don't know. I don't have two. Maybe let me check it. So if you go into here, if you find your mix down, I'm kidding. This is like way distracted here, but it was a question, so I'll address it. So I'll go into my exports. So let's try it. If I push shift, I got delete file, load all. I don't really think there's a way to do it in the browser. You might be able to load it. So if you load it, for example, if I load this MP3, then I can come up to my sample editor and then I can, or I could, I don't know, I could probably save it somehow. But this is kind of off point. I don't think there's a way to do it directly in the browser though. Anyway, thanks guys for checking this out. You guys are awesome. This new update's awesome. I can't wait to get in here and really learn what I'm doing. But anyway, there's no way to do it from the browser. There's probably a workaround. But if I figure it out, I'll let you know. Anyway. This is cool stuff, guys. All right, guys. Any other questions? I'll try to answer them, but I think I'm gonna get going so I can figure this out. And I really appreciate you guys for checking out the video, checking out my channel, everything to that nature. And I also want to do some things, man. Like I'm working on to, like I'm at 993 subscribers, right? About 7 more. I'll be at 1,000, and I just want to show my thanks to you guys for subscribing. I think I'm gonna come out with a sample pack or what have you, just with a few samples that I made around the studio, just to say thanks, make it a little download for you guys. But stay tuned for that. As soon as I hit 1,000, I'll go ahead and try to get that to you guys. But yeah, this is a huge update. I'm really happy that this is happening, man. You know, and now with the, and Akai actually put out everything that they updated. So I'll put a link in the description. I printed this out and have it for my notes. And you know, I have a little notebook over here. I put everything in because you know, you never know if you need it. So I'll probably put this bad boy in here. Get that bad boy in there. And I'll leave a link in the description. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, go ahead and check out my other MPC live videos where I actually give you, you know, full tutorials on some things. I'm glad I waited to do the other tutorials because, you know, one of my tutorials is already obsolete that I just came out with a couple weeks ago, because now we can do plugins in standalone mode, and I kind of explained that wasn't available in standalone mode. I don't think there's a way to edit the video. I'll have to like pin a comment or something. But I'm going to do some more videos. Give me a little time, guys. I'll come out with some more videos on the tutorial. I appreciate you guys watching. And yeah, my name is Matthew Stratton. Thanks for checking it out, man. I just do this because, you know, I know a lot of people out there like to make some music, and I just try to help you guys out. Anyway, I hope everything came out clear, and thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace out, all.